authors put them together at the end was it wasn't, I guess, as weird to me because he was kind of like the guy that was always like in the background, so to speak, for him. So I wasn't really surprised by that. I honestly, until I read it, I thought maybe it would have been the father. That was my second choice. I thought it, at first I was like Maya, then I was like maybe the father. Those were the two that I was coming up with who would kill her or make a mistake that they were fighting and she fell down the steps. So
Yeah,
I
kind
think
of. Yeah.
so I do think that giving us such a real world topic and then not maybe following through as the world would do, as society would do, but did this kind of cookie cutter, like, okay, Maya got off, Asher went to college, Olivia and Mike got together, Lily's mom went away and to, kind of figure her life out now that she no longer has a child. So I think that was a nice little box she put everybody in and put a bow on top, and that's not very realistic. So I do understand where Ray's frustration is coming about. Like you give us like this real world topic, but then you don't give us a real world ending.
Yeah. I mean, if I have a question here for everybody, is that like whenever you, as a detective, as a Mike, I'm talking about from Mike's point of view or the policeman's point of view, because this is the first thing when you are going to give a motive. He didn't even give a very clear motive to the prosecution, the state prosecution, that what was the motive. They were not able to establish until the middle of the trial. They found out, and even himself, he didn't know that she was a trans. So how could he do this one? That he starts the investigation and starts the prosecution even, and then they don't have a clear motive. How could you go for a first degree charge? And he didn't do very clear. I mean, this is my question: that how could he do that without any motive, without the presence of any motive, he could still press charges? Only the evidence because he was seen there wrapped in the blood and with that, with Lily, and that's the only.
I think in the beginning they were trying to say they had a fight. In the beginning, it wasn't even about the fact that she was trans because no one knew. But in the beginning, it was you guys had a fight, you weren't talking, she was angry at you, you went to her house to talk to her, to force her to talk to you. Things got out of control and you pushed her. I think in the beginning that's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, but as a police officer, you start your. I mean, when you are going for questioning the one who you think that you question it, and then when you are questioning, you have the medical report in front of you, and you didn't read that he's a trans. You find out in the court as a police officer or a chief detective, how you'd feel that you find out. I mean, you did your job, and then you started the prosecution, and the case is in the middle of the trial, in the middle of the trial. Then the suspected person, I mean, you are questioning, and all the things, you put the guns towards that one with no gunpowder in it. So what you are going to get in the
And
end?
again,
Right.
This kind of a trial.
I think that's what Ray is trying to say was, and that's what I agree with. It's like you gave us this real world, you know, you gave us this real world topic and gave us this real world what's going on now, but then you didn't follow the rules of, well, what happens when you as a cop, as a detective, don't do your job clearly, when you focus on one person and you put all your eggs in one basket. And
Yeah.
so I do agree that, and I think maybe because it's two people. Like I wish it was just one or the other, and maybe not both of them doing this book together because, and I don't know
I was,
why they're whoever edited this book or the editor or what have you somebody didn't go to them and say, hey, you guys came up with this very real world topic and idea, but the ending that could never happen in real life. You know, maybe like I said, maybe in a small town, maybe no charges would have came up against Maya because she finally admitted that there was an accident. But honestly, I think I would have sued her.
That's an open end. That's an open end of the book
Yeah, I
that the
mean
writer
that
has
was
Yeah.
written.
come
That's
on.
another thing.
Let's be
Yes.
real. You're going to prosecute Asher on circumstantial evidence, but then not prosecute Maya. I mean, that that didn't make any sense at all.
Even the
Um,
motive was not very clear. I
that
couldn't
didn't make any
understand.
sense.
And
That
the
didn't make
medical
any sense
report, he
at all.
couldn't read the medical report.
Um, yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Tamara. I mean, it great topic in the beginning. I was actually interested in the beginning, curious, because to be honest with you, I think I told you before, I have a cousin who's trans, and I, I'm really trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, I'm really trying to be what's the word I'm looking for? Innovate, for
Respectful.
lack of a better term, innovate my thinking on the topic because it does hit close to home, and I want to. And every
Mhm.
time I'm with him or her, uh, breezy, which is hard to call him breezy. Um, you know, I still, I was with them with her this summer, and it wasn't a major challenge, but it's like I was kind of like on eggshells because I wasn't able to totally be comfortable because I was always making sure I had to say
Yeah.
breezy and not Ishmael,
Yeah,
right?
like you have to
And
use your proper pronouns even.
I had to use and not say the inappropriate things that I normally would say around my
Yeah.
family, especially the men of my family.
Yeah.
So I was really interested in this book just for my own personal catharsis, but and I think that's why I'm so mad because I didn't really get what I wanted to get out of this book. So maybe it's my fault for expecting the
But
authors to do something, but that doesn't negate the fact that it was poorly, sloppily written at the end. Beginning was good, and then as the book goes on and on, it gets sloppier and sloppier and sloppier and sloppier.
yeah, you remember that you made a point that it's instead of telling the story, it was pushing an agenda or
Right,
kind of
right,
like so if you look at this guy's picture, this is Jennifer when he was a boy, if you
yes.
look at the screen. And
So
this
this
is
is who?
where Jennifer here. He was the
Oh, this
I
is the
don't know his
author.
previous
Are
This is
you
the
author,
author.
one
sharing
of the author,
now?
the transgender. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen.
I can't see it. Just a second. Let me see
You
something.
just need to close it again. It's probably gallery view or some other view.
So this is the author, Jennifer, whatever.
Before he was like trans, because I think probably at the age of around 40 plus or 50-ish around when he transformed into a lady. And this is the Jodie Picoult and Jennifer. This is Jennifer here, and this is Jodie. These are the two writers. And this is her previous wife or current wife as well. And these are her two sons from when, I mean, like she fathered them. Difficult to say, but anyway, I'm talking about this is
Didn't you say they still
she,
live together or something like this?
they still live together, and this is her current wife, and these are the two sons from this wife when she was male. I just put like this picture last time. You see these two. I figured it out. I feel it like two men make up in a women dress and then trying to feel like they want to be women, but internal genetics and all those kind of things, they are forcing them to be like they cannot change that, but just only the uh, mental feeling around them, like being two how I would say that's how they call themselves, that the female souls wrapped in the male body, but now they make up into a female body.
And can I ask another question?
Sure, sure.
I'm gonna ask a
We have
question.
Sergeant. We
I'm
have
gonna pose a
Sergeant not
question.
spoken yet.
Who hasn't spoke before I pose this question? Because
Sergeant,
Mr. Sajid,
Khadija, you want to speak while you are driving?
no one? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pose this question.
All right.
I want you guys to think deeply before you respond. Um, Lily's father, what was Lily's father's name?
Lily's father. They didn't name him yet, I think. I don't know.
Is it Braden?
No, that's
No,
Braden.
no, no.
That's Olivia's
I
husband.
think they didn't name I didn't read his name yet. Didn't.
But Lily's father was ultimately, knowing what we know at the end of the story, was Lily father right? Remember that when Lily father cut her hair, right? He tied her up on a chair. Horrible event. I'm not condoning that. But what did Lily father say to her when he tied her up? I think it was at that scene. He says, I'm doing it what? To protect you. I'm doing this to protect you. I think he even said, I'm doing this to protect you, champ. Right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Something like
Protect
this.
your life, yeah.
Was he ultimately right?
Save your life, yeah.
To save your life, something like this. Was he ultimately right? Is this a case of father knows best? I'm gonna throw that out there.
I don't think so.
Mm,
I mean, I understand where he was coming from regarding I'm trying to protect you from what I think, you're going to have a hard life. And I think that's something that all parents, and I'm not a parent, so I think that's something that parents all want for their children. But I think I understand where the sentiment came from, but what he did violently against her, I think that he took it too far. And ultimately, he lost his family. You know, I do understand, him not accepting her choice to be a girl. The mother eventually accepted, the choice, but he just totally just rejected it. And then he went to the extreme of cutting her hair, telling her to take off the makeup, tying her to a chair, you know, threatening to send her to an all boys school. No, he did send her to an all boys school where she got into a fight,
yeah,
what have you, and all this stuff, and just not recognizing that this is not something that possibly can be changed. And the more I push and the more I'm violent, I can lose my child. We too in my family, we probably have more. I don't know. My family is very big and, all over the place. But um, we do have a close family, extended family member who's transgender, transitioned from male to female. I've personally worked with a few transgender clients, male to female, female to male, more the opposite, more male to female than the opposite, than male to female to male. And I understand what you're saying, right? It is difficult, especially when you know this person is who they used to be and knowing how you used to act around them and things that you used to say and, and trying to be, I guess, more sensitive and culturally sensitive. And it definitely is a struggle when you're dealing with people, but I don't think he was right with the violence. I do think I understand the sentiment, but the violence, no. And that's why in the beginning I did think that he kind of maybe came to the house and this happened, at the house while the mother was gone. So in the beginning I really was like it was him that did it.
Okay. Anyone else think that he's ultimately right?
Sajid, are you still there?
Oh, he's not here. He sent the message saying he couldn't join.
Oh, okay.
Who? Sajid? But
Yes,
he's
I'm
there.
looking. I
He's
have
logged in. He's logged in right now.
Yeah, he's logged in.
oh, wait, I have the Facebook I mean the WhatsApp thing up.
That's a dealer. That's a dealer.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing the wrong thing. Okay.
All right.
I
Yeah.
don't
He must
see
he must have stepped away.
he might be
Maybe
part. I
he's
don't see him on my page. I
no,
don't see
he's
him.
there.
I don't, yeah,
Yeah, he's
okay.
there. Just scroll
And
down because there are 7 participants. So you just scroll
the
down. Maybe he's the last one there.
I mean, the reason why I say that is because
Yeah, go ahead.
ultimately, Lily was
No,
killed. Lily was killed.
he's not on anymore. Well, I don't see him, so he's not on. I don't see him. On my participants, he's not on my list.
Weird. Okay. But the reason why I posed the question is because ultimately Lily died. Lily was murdered, right? So
Mhm.
isn't ultimate, I'm not saying his actions was right, but isn't his motive, wasn't his motivations correct? Because ultimately Lily died of a young age. If if
I think,
Lily would have stayed
yeah,
Liam,
yeah,
maybe
I think he was
Liam would be
acting,
still alive. I
yeah,
don't know. I'm just throwing it
yeah,
out there.
as a parental like emotion, and if he would have enough convincing reason, he would have reasoned her out or him out. But rather than doing that, he was like on a how I would say orthodox way of just reacting it to the situation rather than going with the reasoning. He could have talked him out, or that okay, this is it, and this is going to be a difficult life ahead of you because of whatever you would take hormones and stuff and the social life and after that and all those kind of things. Yes, Dr. Mahasan, go ahead.
No, I think I'm kind of going down the same path that you're talking, Mr. Hassan. I think I don't necessarily, I agree with Tamara that the violence was a bit much, but I also believe, as Ray said, that he was really trying to protect his son, given what he knew and given the society at that time and the reaction to transgender people at that time, that if his son was found out, he could possibly be killed, right? And in the end, he was killed, but he wasn't killed because he was transgender. He was killed because someone was jealous of a love that they wanted that they never let it be known. And so if became something more what they weren't. Lily wasn't killed because she was transgender, but ultimately, like you said, Ray, she died. But I think the father's sentiments are coming from that's all he knows. He doesn't really know how to react to it any other way, right? If we look in the story, when he went to the boys' school, they called him a faggot. I mean, that's like now that's just not appropriate, right? But during that time, people didn't say gay, they just called them these names. So I think the father was acting in a way that he thought would save his son, but I don't think he knew any other way. I don't think he was trying to. I
React
guess he
it
thought he
out.
could.
Yeah.
I think he thought he could just beat it out of him. But again, that's what a lot of parents thought back then.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's not very, according to the time she's talking about, I think it's around 2000 something. Like, I think around that time she transitioned herself, the writer, Jennifer. I had a, I mean, yeah, that he would have just, whatever is shown is like a kind of a natural reaction rather than a thoughtful response that as if maybe most of the parents would have done that kind of thing rather than a logical response or a kind of reasoned it out. I was also like intrigued with or kind of surprised that the writer, Jennifer, I'm talking about, is trying to push the ideas of transgenderism or non-binary kind of genderism into very, very young thoughts. Like she said, she was even telling some of the ideas when Lily was 5, 7, 8, 9. Think like these are kids. They see cartoons. Sometimes they want to be lions. Sometimes they want to be eating like crocodiles. Whatever they see, they want to do like that. So I don't know. And then even she's
Okay,
supporting the ideas. Yes, go ahead.
I have another question for the ladies. Yasmin, I want you to answer this one. Are you still there, Yasmin?
Yeah, she's there.
Why did Olivia go off script when she testified? Why did she mention her um, abuse by Braden? What do you think, from a woman's point of view, what do you think her rationale was? Because I didn't understand that at all. I didn't understand that deviation at all.
Um, I think she just really wanted the world to know that her husband had been beating her up. And saying it under oath was a safe way to get it out.
Do you think that she reacted to the presence of Braden there in the court?
Possibly.
Yes, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
I was gonna say that, yeah, I think Braden triggered her when she saw him in there. She was just like, I might as well go ahead and get this off. Like, yeah, he beat me. But then it just seemed like it could have been like, well, like father, like son. They could have just summed it up like that. Well, you know. And but it wasn't like it was proof that Ashton was like beating. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. I just don't. I never had like a childhood boyfriend and like teenage love and all that stuff. So I just be a little confused on how somebody could be so in love in junior high school. Like, I mean, I get it, I guess, in a way, but I don't know. Not to the point where it make you want to say, well, you know, I'm gonna push you down the stairs. Although I still think it was an accident, her falling down the steps. You know.
Yeah, it is
But
like
they
an
were
accident,
almost
but she can,
adults.
yeah.
Yes,
They,
they were. They were
they were
almost
almost
adults. Like
adults.
they were but she had a crush on him way before adulthood. Like, she had a crush on him for a minute. You know, they were friends, and that's what I'm saying. Her not even talking to him the minute that she found out. And then her parents, they must have knew too. They must have been the ones that told her to bring that photo of Olivia with them bruises on her to court to try to convict her. So they must have knew that she had really did it. She must have came to her parents and said, listen, I just pushed Olivia down the stairs and Lily, and she dead, and I think she's dead. And her parents must have been like, lay low, don't say nothing. Then when the court thing came out, they was like, well, yeah, well, let's just dagger Braden. Dagger Asher, knowing that she was the one that did it. It's like, how do you live with that kind of conscience at such a young age? You know, like, maybe there are worse things that people have to cover up or live through, but
I mean, she definitely was saying my parents forced me, but like we all said, they were all about to graduate high school. I mean, young adults still, frontal lobe is not closed yet. So frontal lobe is still open. So that rationale, but yeah, her parents, when you think about it, like, did she run home and say, me and Lily got into this big fight? I pushed her down the stairs, or she fell because we were fighting and she fell down the steps. And I think she's hurt, maybe not necessarily saying I think she's dead, but I think she hurt and I just ran. And for her parents, especially two women, even though, yeah, you're concerned for your child and oh my God, what happened, but them never saying, let's call the police. Let's call the police and explain it was an accident, or let's go back to the house to find out if she's okay. Anything like
exactly.
that,
Yeah, I
you
mean, like
know.
she knew Asher was not the killer, but still she was like helping the press charges. She's trying to push them to
And I
convict.
wonder if that came from her parents, like Bridget said, like, did that come from her parents saying, don't say anything?
I
Because
don't think she told the parents.
Yeah,
maybe,
maybe she would know that.
yeah,
I don't
Well,
think she
she
would have
said
been
she
snapped.
said I couldn't come around you. My parents were being whatever she said about her parents, and they didn't want me to come around you. Blah 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 blah. Maybe that could have been just because the parents thought he was guilty and killed their friend. So she was like, stay away from him. Maybe she didn't
Mhm.
tell her parents, but that's a heck of a secret to have to withhold. That's
especially
rough.
that this is your best friend. You've loved him for all of these years. You've loved him for all of these years. You set back all these years seeing all the different girls he's dating. He's for whatever reason he never saw you. He's always seen other girls, but he's never seen you that way. And you just finally kind of snap and say, "Hey, you need to stop jerking him around and just end it." And this big fight. I don't know at 18 if I could have kept that. So, well, first of all, I can't hold water anyway, so I'm not
I
a
would have
secret
came
keeper.
home shaking it. I would have ran to
So,
the shaking and
yeah, I
crying.
don't think I could have kept that secret. I would have had to tell somebody. Like, me and Lily got into a fight. She fell down the steps. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I was scared and I ran. And I can't
It's like
and
I
that's why I agree with Ray when he said like how the ending really was like this fairy tale. Like she went home, maybe she didn't say anything, and she just kept it all inside, and then she blamed, she put all of these, she sat back and allowed Asher to be tried and all this stuff, and knowing that she did this, even though it was an accident. So that was
But
that
she
tied
not
up in
gonna
a bow.
incriminate herself.
Right. And that's where
So
I think where Ray is coming from. Like, that's not maybe
to
what
me, that's very
that's
realistic.
very real, yeah, realistic as well. But I don't know as a 18-year-old person, and I would hope that I wouldn't be that type of person. And I can't hold a secret, honestly. I can't. I don't keep secrets as a
I can
therapist.
hold a secret, but if my friend fell down the steps and I'm just like, oh my God, like my first reaction is what I'm gonna do, not to just run and act like I don't know what happened. Like
Right.
when
I
it
don't
was
think I could have just
innocently,
ran.
when it happened the way it happened, like they said, if they just gonna throw it out of court and be like, oh, we ain't even gonna relitigate that because it was a mistake. Then it was a mistake from the beginning. She didn't have to do all that hiding. They didn't have to
But
blame Asher. If
but
Asher
like
had if
but
Asher
like
had
you
pushed it,
said,
would it have been a mistake?
the frontal lobe not closed. She ain't thinking
Yeah,
straight.
Yeah,
there are two
she get a
mistakes.
pass.
Like one is that she was kind of partly involved in the death of her close friend, and then purposely she helped to that for like Asher had a kind of a life change, like whatever the kind of a person he was before that trial and going into the jail and spending that or having that kind of experience. And all that one, all those are because of Maya, if you see that.
Well, Bridget just said something I think you guys missed. If Asher would have said she she fell down her steps by mistake because of an argument, would they have just let it go? No, they would have hung Asher high, right? He would have been
Yeah,
found guilty for that because he would have
yeah,
admitted to a crime. And I
yeah.
think that's an issue in the book. That was something else I was gonna say. Oh, Maya is not really, you guys keep on saying that she's close to Lily. They're not really that close. Maya is more closer to Asher than she is to Lily, right?
He has a 3 months, some
From what
few
I
months
see it,
relationship.
the only reason that why Maya is even in Lily's face is so she knows what's going on between Asher and Lily. She's not really
Yeah.
concerned about
No,
Lily.
Yeah,
She just wants to
but
know
she's,
what's
Maya
going on
and
in that
Lily were
relationship.
friends before Asher came into the picture.
yeah,
They
because
were
they were in the
friends.
music. Yeah, they were
Oh,
in the
that's right.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
that's
were
right.
friends.
But yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. 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 That's
But
right.
yeah.
I do think that even though Maya became friends with Lily, once Asher started showing some interest in her, I think that maybe piqued her interest more in saying, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm going to continue to solidify my friend, even though I like you, but I love him. So I'm gonna keep on solidifying my friendship with you to maybe still kind of because she kept saying she was like, just end it, just right, she wrote the text and saying
Like
don't come over, it's
keep
over.
it's like one of those keep your enemies closer.
Yeah, yeah, keep your enemies
So she could
closer.
keep
And
tabs
that's
on
what
what was
it, yeah,
happening.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
keeping
it was
like
like she
passing
never,
as a friend, passing as
yeah,
a friend.
I think she was a friend. I think in the beginning she was, but as they, Asher and Lily were getting closer, I think that's when, Lily was dealing with all her issues as far as, you know, I told him this secret or I gotta tell him this secret. And then, Maya never seemed like in the book, she never revealed her true feelings for Asher,
Mhm.
until everything was over. But like Bridget said, I don't think I could have sat back as a friend and allowed my friend, even looking my friendship with Asher, we've been friends since we were kids. I don't think I could have sat by and allowed you to take the fall for this. Because of course, the way the court look at it is not going to look at it as an accident. He's a man, she's a woman. They got into an argument. Even though he could have said, we got into an argument and she fell, they're going to twist it to say, well, maybe you pushed her because he's a male, she's a female. But then when you think about two women fighting, well, maybe it wasn't malicious. Even before that, it came out that she was transgender. Or it wasn't malicious. It was an accident. But so I think either way, he probably would have still have been tried. Maybe not for murder, maybe for manslaughter or something. But the fact of the matter is, it's like Mike, the cop, the police never took it into account. Like he called the police. He was there holding her in her blood. I mean, do criminals
Right.
stay there? They don't usually. If somebody kills somebody, they not gonna stay and, well, maybe they will stay and pretend like they didn't do it. I don't know, but it's just like thinking about, if he did this to her, he's really incriminating himself. So he's
Yeah.
incriminating himself, but he's also saying he didn't do it. And then also too, he didn't tell a lot of truth. Like when they asked him, were you ever in Lily's bedroom? Instead of him saying, are you asking me, have I ever been in her bedroom in the 3 months of how many months that we've been in a relationship? Or are you asking me, have I been in, was I in her bedroom that day? And
But that's how they do. But that is how
of
them
course they're trying to
detectives
trip
do
him
be
up. Yeah.
talking them.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was like a
yes.
kind of a child court. What the way they were doing it was like a like not prosecution, but like child evidence collection.
Like,
It was not very professional.
Yeah,
I
but
want
hold
I
on a
want to ask
second.
one.
That's another flaw in the book, though,
Yeah,
because Olivia knows that her brother is a lawyer. Why didn't Olivia say you're not going to talk to Asher um until his attorney comes? She's
Because I
smart.
think he was 18. I think, wasn't he already 18
Is
when
he
this all
17?
happened?
I was
I
just
think he
18.
was,
no,
Yeah,
because
but still, that's your right to not talk to an attorney. It don't matter if
right,
you're
but I
18.
think I
yeah.
think in the
When
beginning she was like, I need to be in there with him.
mm,
I'm his mother. And they said, but he's 18. So
yeah,
he
that's
didn't
why
think about asking about a lawyer. But
even they were not because it was just like he was suspect. He was not like kind of
Yeah,
charged with
but okay,
anything at that point.
but okay. So just track with me for a second. If Mike cared about Olivia so much, why doesn't he say to Asher, "Hey, look, isn't your uncle a lawyer? I think your uncle's a lawyer. Let's wait till your lawyer. Let's wait till your uncle comes, and then I will have a conversation with you."
Yeah, could have.
You know what I
because
mean?
at the end of the day, he's still a cop.
Yeah,
So even though I
yeah,
care
but
about you
like
a lot, this is
in a
still my
little
job and
town,
my
and
livelihood.
also
Yeah.
because he didn't have a clear motive, clear evidence. I don't know how he pressed it. I have a technical question that I don't find too many books written in a reverse order. And here, two narratives. One is going forward, and the other one is going backwards. The Jennifer or Lily's narrative is going backwards. So, what's the purpose of writing or writers writing backwards
And
while the story is going?
that was like to give you a backdrop of what happened instead of just putting it in a chronological order. They just going like she telling her part instead of saying, well, this happened back then, this happened back then. Although they still have to go back in the story, but That was aggravating to me sometimes,
Yeah, like
especially when it
you
was in
have
the
to.
same chapter. It was like, this is
What was the
aggravating
purpose?
to me.
My question is, what was the purpose of writing in this way, that narrative of
It was
Lily's?
to
I
give
don't
you
know.
background. It was to give you the background. It was to tell the backstory. It was to
I
tell the
thought it was like
You know
a
what? And I and
child.
I, I know I missed some comment.
Yes, go ahead, Bridget.
I was saying I know I missed because I had to get out the car and pump some gas or whatever. But personally, if I meet like whoever, you could be whoever you want to be, dress however you want to dress, act you want to act. But I'm just saying, it do take a lot when you're trying to cross over to go to the other side. If a man trying to be a woman, I have seen some men and some women in their natural form, they look a hot mess. But they have to put on like a lot of makeup, a lot of aesthetics to really make it look good, good. Even though they could be a handsome man and they want to look like a woman, they still need something to enhance that to make it look kind of real or believable or whatever. And for a woman, I feel like, there's certain things once her boobs are in her menstrual cycle and stuff like that, it's some stuff that's going to prevent her. Even if she, like I have my sister here, my niece Tiana here, she's gay, right? And she dressed like a guy, but not like in a bad way. She be like cute in her little stuff, her hair be cute, all that kind of stuff, right? But you could tell when you still see it that she still look a little boyish or whatever, although she like in her 30s now. But she still look cute, like she still look cute, like that's still my niece, that's still a girl. But it's a lot of work to me to go the other way. It's an actor here. I don't know, not an actor. He's a comedian. You ever heard of Flame Monroe?
I, I,
It's an
I,
act. Y'all could Google him,
I
Flame Monroe.
yeah,
So
it
he's a
reminds me of the
comedian, right?
question
He's a
which
comedian, right? And he have, huh?
I said. It
And
reminds me
he
two questions. One
and
is a
he
bit nasty one. I asked Ray about it. That
No, no, no.
when
Let Miss
yes, go
Bridget
ahead.
finish her thought. Let her finish her thought.
Yeah,
no. So Flame lives. Flame when he dresses in drag, he performs in drag and all of that stuff, right? But when he said when he take that drag off, he's a straight guy. Don't play with him. He don't do that. That's who he had his children with. You know what I'm saying?
You're breaking up, Bridget. You're breaking up really
And
bad.
that's what he do. But when he get on stage, hooked up like this and his wig on, don't let me fool you. Sorry, y'all. I don't even know what else because I'm still out. But so the situation with Flame Monroe is that although he dresses in drag and performs in drag, he's still a guy and wanted to be identified as a guy in his real life and all of that stuff with his children. When he goes to school with his children to like meetings or whatever, he's dad. He's not in drag and all of that stuff. So it's just like people get to be whatever they want, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
But it take a lot. It take
it's
a
definitely
lot.
different categories. It's definitely different categories. Everybody's not in the same um, boat. It's different categories. Some people are drag and they want to be men, and vice versa. Some people want to go the whole way through. Again, it's something that I'm still trying to figure out because I don't come from that generation, so I'm still trying to understand it myself.
we are running out of time now. We have passed around 1 hour now. Somebody has some question, I think.
No, I
I
think we
mean,
need to rate. I think we need to rate the book.
Yeah,
And
we need to read the book, and also after that, we need to figure it out what we are going to read the next book.
Could we
So,
could we
what's
wait
your
till
rating?
could we wait till
Should we
after
go ahead with the
Ramadan?
rating? Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
go ahead.
Bridget.
I said, can we wait till after Ramadan for our next book to be due?
Let's ask.
yeah, I'm
What do
I'm
you
cool with
want?
that. We could wait. Let's take a break. We haven't taken a break in a while. Let's take a 2 week
Okay.
break.
All right.
We've been
Okay.
rolling for a year now. We haven't taken a break in a year.
Okay. All right.
If everybody's
So,
cool with that, you
yeah.
cool with that,
In the
Yasmin?
meantime, yeah, it's all right.
That's fine.
So you're
I
saying
give it
break till after Eid?
Yeah.
yes.
So you're talking about, yeah, about 3 weeks from now.
Is everybody okay
After
with that?
it after it
Yeah,
is like
it's,
the first or second or third of April, somewhere in there, the first week of April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First week of April.
But we
yeah,
could still
would
pick
be.
a book if y'all want to have the book ready to roll if y'all want to.
Yeah, let's pick the book. Let's pick the book and pick the first couple chapters, but we'll take a break for a couple weeks until after Eid. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's all right.
Sounds good to me. Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8.
All right. So Bridget, why don't you go and rate this book?
I give it a I want to give it a 4, but y'all you talked about that book so bad. I'm scared to give it anything. I'm scared to give it anything more. But I did learn something about transgenderism and blood clots and like all of the stuff that could possibly go along with it. That you really don't go into detail about how the families may feel, how the parents cover their children. I give it a 3.5. I did learn. I give it a 4. I did learn something, and about bees too. I got a 4 for Mad Honey.
4?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Jasmine?
2.5.
Oops, okay. And Tamara?
Is the rating out of 5 or out of 10?
Yes, out of 5.
Oh, I'll give it a 4.5. I did learn a lot about bees, got some recipes in a
Okay.
bit at the end of the book.
Okay.
So yeah, only reason why not a 5, because the ending was not as good as the beginning.
Hmm. And the story was all right to the level of 4.5.
Yes, I give
All
it a
right.
4.5.
Okay. Dr. Mahasan? Ray is still left.
Well, I have to be with Yaz on this one. Although I
Which
learned
is
some things
2.5.
about bees, I still believe deep down inside that this book had a motive, and the motive was to push this agenda.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I don't think it had anything else to do but pushing this agenda, not getting this voice. I don't think it was about getting the voice heard. I think it was about pushing this agenda. So for me, you know, uh, I want to see the whole picture. So there were some things I could empathize with, but at the end of the day, I'm with Yaz. I think a 2.5. I wouldn't go any higher than a 3. So I'm gonna go with Yasmin
All
2.5.
right. Okay. Dr. Ray?
As an English lit major, uh, I don't care that it was pushing the agenda. I'm fine with pushing the agenda. You kind of go into this fight or go into the read knowing that it's going to push the agenda, but I think it did it poorly. And I don't think that this book did anything for me anyway, but somebody trying to understand it well, earnestly trying to understand uh this point of view well. And I mean that sincerely. I'm sincerely trying to understand this thing. I was let down as I mentioned earlier. But from a writing standpoint, from telling a story standpoint, um, I just think the book fell apart. A lot of holes. I think the book had a lot of potential, but I'm had to go and give it a 2.2.
Mhm. 2.2. Okay. Sajid, as I think he has some internet issue. Um, for me, now I'm the one left. So there were lots of good stuff talking about the bees and all the kind of details and about lots of other stuff about honey and bee and their lives, and also about transgenders and their thought process and lots of other kind of terminologies I came to know. And so for me, I would say, yeah, the story was poorly plotted. There are many good ideas in terms of this plotting. It could have been a lot better if few of the things would have been um, organized or mentioned in a right way. Probably things could have been. Anyway, my rating is 3. So you want to total it up?
I think we should wait till we ask Miss Adela
Sajid.
and Mr. Sajid.
All
Because
right.
that's,
Yeah.
and then can you post it once they give you their score?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, what book? Who's picking the book next? Who picked this book, by the way?
And Dr. Mahasan.
Okay,
I did, yeah.
so who's up next? Yasmin, I think it's your turn again. Or Tamara. Tamara, I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say
Tamara,
there's some new people in the
yeah,
room that
Yeah,
haven't
sorry,
picked
I'm
the
sorry.
book.
Tamara.
let's
Tamara, you wanna
listen
pick the
from
book?
Tamara. Yeah, Tamara.
So I do have a question or a few. Oh, yeah. What are some prerequisites for the book? Because I do have a few things in mind, but are there any rules to the book? Like what
No,
book
no.
you
No,
pick
we don't
or
have rules.
Anything below 400 would go pages.
Yeah,
anything
anything below
below
four.
four?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, it can be of any genre,
Yani,
Yeah,
yani.
yeah.
anything like that.
Yep.
Okay. How soon do I have to pick?
Well,
Can I
before the break is over.
okay. So I
We
definitely
the date, I think the next Tuesday is on 1st of April, I think.
no,
Am I right?
next
No,
Tuesday?
no,
No.
it's
No,
the
no,
March.
not next Tuesday, the Tuesday
Oh,
after Eid.
I can definitely have the name of the book to you by Tuesday. I do have a couple of books in mind. I'm just trying to decide which one I want to pick because I started looking when Mahasan told me that you guys take turns. So like we had said before the meeting got started, our brother passed away and his funeral is actually Saturday. So I'm heading to New Jersey this week. Um so I'm not even
No
thinking
problem.
about that. I do have
Yeah,
some
you
books
have,
on my list.
yeah,
So I
even two
definitely,
weeks, no issue.
yeah, so I definitely can have an answer. I'll post it in the group on or who do I send the book request to?
Just post it in the
Post it
group.
in the
Post in the
group.
group?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
post it in the group before Tuesday.
Yeah.
No, no,
This
no.
Tuesday.
Take 2 weeks. Take 2 weeks.
So
No
then
problem. 10 days.
that means we're gonna meet on the 8th. We're gonna meet on Tuesday the 8th, because then that's gonna give us a week to read the book, because I forgot about the funerals and stuff this week. And
And
my
and I,
apologies.
I was gonna say if that's too much pressure and you don't want to, I can pick something.
Yeah.
I
If
Yeah.
you
don't
if you
I do
if
don't
have
you
a
please don't.
I
yeah.
do
Yeah,
have
the
a few
next one you
things in
can.
mind. I do have a few things
Okay.
in mind from
Yeah,
when Mahasan told
Jasmine
me.
has a good idea
Tamara,
that
listen,
we do the
that's your
next
brother.
one.
I didn't know that your brother passed. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Why don't you
Yeah,
let Why don't you let Yasmin pick this books so it'd be no pressure for you, and
okay.
then after that you can
I
take
can
some
pick the next
time.
one.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
that's
the
fine. That works.
last thing you want to worry right now is
It's
picking a
book club,
stupid book.
yeah.
I
Right?
need things to take my mind off because I don't know what to do with my brain. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the process. This happened, and then I just got offered a new job.
Yeah.
So
So you got a lot going on.
it's like my brain is 50 million places. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll work
Take a
out
little time.
perfectly. I do have
Yeah.
some things on my list. I am a reader. I've been reading since a very young age. So I always have I have a huge book list. So I always tell people you want to buy me a present, give me a gift card to Barnes and Nobles or Google or anything because I have like an ongoing rolling list of books. So that'll work out perfectly.
All right. So we'll let Yasmin pick, and then you got you got two 2 months or a month at least to pick a book. All right.
That'll be perfect.
All right. All right, Yas.
Ray,
You want to let us know
Ray,
by Tuesday?
I want to
Yes.
ask you, confirm that when we are meeting, which date would it be? If you can look at your calendar.
I think it's
It'll
gonna be
be
the 8th. Sorry.
Eid is on 30th or something
I
like
said
that.
the 8th. I'm sorry. The 8th, because if we're gonna be Tuesday, then we still need a week to read the book. Because trying to read Quran and stuff, all of that little stuff is enough reading right now. It's so hard.
Mhm.
All right. So we're gonna meet on the 8th of April.
Yes.
All right.
And we gotta have, when we meet on the 8th, you have had to read your chapters by then, till you be caught up by
Yes.
then.
Yes, you should have read the chapters by then.
Yeah.
And we'll say how many chapters based
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Yasmin's pick.
Yeah.
So based on
Has it
Yasmin,
always been a weekday? Is it possible a weekend or would it always stay on a weekday?
For me, anyway, I can only speak for me. Weekdays are best for me. My weekends are crazy, but that's only me.
Yeah, I think this work. I think this works right here this weekday for me. I mean, of course, it's day. I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. I'm just saying, but it seemed like it had been working for y'all already. Meeting on the Tuesday had been working already.
I mean,
So
but also I got to remember that your weekend is Saturday and Sunday, so I can do Sundays.
I mean, no, I'm good. I will definitely figure out, carving out an hour of my schedule, and be able to join when I can.
All right, cool.
Um, so do we want to switch to a Sunday or a Saturday that we have in common,
no,
or a Friday?
because I do a lot in the daytime, and it'll be your evening on Saturdays and Sundays. I never make a meeting. Very rarely would I be able to make a meeting.
What about a Thursday?
Why can't we leave it like now? What's the problem? Who had a problem with Tuesday?
I'm just
Only
asking
tomorrow,
because
right?
Okay, leave it
I
as
don't know
it
what
is.
Tamara's schedule is going to be. I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we can leave it on a Tuesday, and I'll figure it out as I start my new job.
Just tell your boss. Just tell your new boss that you need an hour of mental health time.
I mean,
And you
maybe
can
I
always
can.
listen, like I just did in the call at that time. It's listen and
Well, I can't really do that. I can't. Mahasi, can you mute yourself?
Oh, sorry.
I can't really do that because I'm going to be working at a school. Two, I'm going to be seeing kids in and out of my office during the day. I'm actually going to be doing therapy. So I'll figure it out. Like I said, I'll definitely figure it out, even if I have to kind of
take lunch.
take
From,
lunch, and I'll
from
definitely
the,
figure it out. My new job hasn't started. I actually got the job Friday. So I'm in the process of doing fingerprint checks and background checks and all that stuff.
oh,
So
congratulations.
thank
But
you.
Ray has this on YouTube too. APEA has a YouTube channel. Ray, isn't it APEA YouTube channel?
Yes,
So
And
It is
once
so
I
you
even, I
can
think it's
always
telecasted now.
it is
Uh,
okay. So once I start, get my schedule, if I can pop on, this is definitely because I used to be part of a book club way back when, where we met in person and COVID happened, and I used to do something on during COVID. So this is definitely refreshing for me because, like I said, I'm a lifetime reader. I'm always reading something, so I definitely enjoy it. So I will definitely try to figure it out to add it into my schedule on Tuesday because I do look forward to meeting with you guys and discussing
yeah.
the book
Yeah,
and
most important
discussing
is
my.
reading over the week, over the whole week, whenever you get the time, you are
and,
together with the
and
group
because of the
and you read.
WhatsApp, don't feel ashamed of putting your ideas in the WhatsApp group too. So we can
Yeah,
discuss over the WhatsApp group too. It's
yeah,
not like the meetings, but you can still get your ideas out even if you can't make the call.
yeah.
And
Even
are you going to be
even
teaching
if
high school? I mean, are you going to be working in high school or middle school or
Yes,
college?
I'm going to be working with high schoolers. I'm doing individual and family therapy. And I'm also, hopefully, I'm going to try to revamp my group, which is an interpersonal partner. Like well, for adults, it's a marriage group that I used to do. I used to do couples therapy. But one of the things I want to do is do like a interpartner a group for teenagers. So I'm in the process of it's something that I created. I own it. I own all the rights to it. But it was geared towards adults. So I'm in the process once I start with this job and put my things out there, put my thoughts out there. I'm hoping to be able to tweak it for it to make more sense to teenagers.
All right. Well, give the married couples Bridget's book. Have them buy Bridget's book, and you can talk to talk to them
So
about.
yeah, so
I like
basically
that.
it's going to be teenagers and then their families.
Tamara,
If their families need to
did
be a
you
part
read
of it.
did you read
I haven't read Bridget's book as of yet. It is on my list. to buy unless Bridget wants to send me a signed copy in the mail.
No,
I
I'm not sending you a signed copy in the mail.
haven't
That's
read
a
it.
no. But
I
if you
haven't
was
read it
part of the
yet.
group, you would have got a digital copy that we all got, but I ain't sending one in the mail. So if
Okay,
somebody,
I haven't gotten a digital copy.
you wasn't in the group yet.
Okay,
But you
well,
I'll
Maybe
send
Ray
it to
has
you.
some.
I'll
Great.
send you.
Ray has some
Sorry.
kind of
I have extra coupons you
American.
can
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
I'll send you one.
okay. So
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
definitely read her book.
Thank you. No, I said thank
All
you. Thank you
right.
to Ray and Tamara.
Yeah. All right. Thank
All
you,
right, so
everyone.
Yasmin, you're gonna tell us what book, and then we'll post the pages based on your book. And then I hope everyone have a blessed Ramadan. And I don't think we have any Catholics who are observing Lent. Any Catholics in the house observing Lent? No? Yes?
I'm a
But
Protestant observing Lent,
okay. Oh, there you go. So
and I'm fasting for Ramadan as well.
good.
All
So
Oh,
right.
you
Good.
you getting all the
Doing
blessings.
it
you're getting
all.
all, yeah, you're getting it all in. So I hope everyone enjoy the rest of their Ramadan, their Lent. Um, and
And then
we'll
eat.
see everyone on April the 8th, same bat time, same bat channel. And truly, uh, Tamara, my condolences go out to you and your family. I will
Yes.
pray for you guys, strength
Thank
and
you. Thank
well-being.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
me and
you.
my husband. She is my sister.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I'm her
and the
sister.
good doctor, and the good doctor. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
All right, Auntie and Tamara, love y'all. I'll reach out to y'all. Well, Tamara, you be in New Jersey. Definitely not coming up, so I don't know.
I love you guys too. Have a good 2 weeks off, and I'll see you guys. Not sure if I'm going to make it to the States, but I'm trying. But everybody else have a good 2 weeks, and then eat, and then see you all back here, as Dr. Ray said. It's been good.
Good night.
Okay. Good
Have,
night.
have a
Thank you.
nice good
Have a
day.
wonderful rest of the day.
Alaikum.
Bye-bye.
Assalamualaikum. Peace, everybody.
Turn it off. Please.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, please.
Hey, just I went on Poe.com because Poe has been sending me
Can you